and welcome to another BookTube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. I always hate when I've got these glasses on. Are your glasses anti-glare? Your glasses never glare like mine do, David. It's just not fair.
Sorry.
Today is another episode of... Shall we?
Okay.
I can't see anything. I bet it doesn't look that much different, does it?
Don't know.
I can't, can you see?
No.
No, nor can I. Let's put them back. You look silly. Right, today is May's episode of Screentime. It's our favourite things that we've been watching in terms of film, TV programme and YouTube videos on screens. So we will start as we always do. I feel like you've made these really dirty, David. Sorry, Dirty David. With films. So our favourite films from this month. My favourite film from this month was Zootropolis, which we watched in 3D round a friend's house with 3D glasses that you actually like turned on the glasses. Very exciting. I would liken Zootropolis. Is it Pixar or is it Disney?
No, it's Disney.
It's a Disney film, and I would liken it very much to Inside Out, the other Disney film, in that it's very deep. I mean, the other Pixar film. Sorry. Pixar and Disney, please. In that it's very deep. It's not just a sort of like there's a level of like what kids can just enjoy it for, and then there's like a deeper level. So Zootropolis is about a
bunny.
A bunny, yeah.
Judy Hopps.
A bunny called Judy Hopps. We'll go Simps. It's about a bunny called Judy Hopps who wants to be in the police force. She eventually is in the police force and gets sort of drawn into a case looking at how these animals are going feral or going back to their original state. And it's sort of about race, and it's about friendship, and it's about inclusion and exclusion and feminism, and really, really enjoyable, really, really fun. I didn't cry in it.
Did you not?
No.
Oh, that's
no, I didn't cry in it, but I really, really enjoyed it nevertheless. And I really loved it. And do you know what? When you wanted to watch it at the cinema, I was like, nah, it looks like it's going to be crap. As I thought with Moana, and now look at me now, eating my Moana words.
I know, you're often wrong when it comes to
eating my
films.
Moana words. So that was my favourite film from the month of May. David, what was your favourite film from the month of May?
My favourite film from the month of May was Carnage. Now, this is on BBC iPlayer. I believe it's still on there at the minute.
It's going to be on for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
no rush to go and watch it, guys.
And it's Simon Amstell, who is a UK comedian, and this is a mockumentary about vegans, and it starts off in the year 2067, and it follows the history. So in 2067, everybody is vegan, so considering eating meat is illegal, and there's people who are who are now us, who's now old in that time, and they go to like AA meetings about how they used to eat meat and how awful it was, and then it tracks back and it goes back to about 1944 through what's her name, Fanny Craddock, and it starts off there, and it just shows you clips about why we eat meat, or why we eat meat, and then it just shows some horrible footage about the way cows are treated, and the way chicks are treated, and the way
so it goes into a lot in the dairy and the dairy industry in terms of how milk is created, and I think it raised, without going into too many details here, it raised a lot of it made us aware of things that we weren't quite aware of in terms of the dairy industry and the eggs industry.
Yeah, especially the dairy industry for me. I kind of know the idea of like caged hens, but battery hens and stuff like that. But the way they treat cows, I never knew. I thought it was all pretty clean cut and stuff. But
it's
really
done
not.
in an almost
comedic way.
Yeah, as it's a mockumentary, it's done in an almost. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are harrowing parts, really, really sad parts, but there's parts where I was like almost laughing.
Yeah.
And it was just done very well, and it just affected you quite a lot, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Tell the story of how it affected you.
It affected me because I'm now trying to go meat-free Mondays to Fridays.
So we were booked in. So we watched it on a Thursday night, and we were booked in to go to a supper club the Friday night, and as soon as we finished watching it, David didn't even say to me about it. He just gave the restaurant a little call, didn't you, and said, "Oh, can I change my order to a bean burger?" And and now I think it just made you think about where your meat and things like that come from, and it's not just. And I think you almost distance yourself from that when you're in a supermarket and you see a whole fucking aisle of chicken breasts, and you don't really think about where that all came from. However, David is having steak for dinner tonight. So it's I think it started something in you that's made you think about that.
like I no way am I a vegetarian, not at all. But I'm just trying to cut down on meat, and then the meat that I do eat,
you want it to be like higher welfare,
good, high quality meat that I know is going to go in my tummy in a nice way. Yeah,
and it's made me think about milk. We've already been buying free range milk. We've been going out of our way actually to go to a supermarket, Asda, which stocks free range milk.
I mean, we don't drink a huge amount of milk in it because I'm kind of drinking more green teas now anyway, aren't I? So
he's on his green teas now, guys. So yeah, those are the films that we have enjoyed this month. And on to television now. We've both loved something on TV so much this month that we've included it as both of our favourites.
Like the main TV.
So it's the main TV that we've watched, and we've rewatched it, and we've loved it, and it's just been amazing. And that is Master of None, which is a Netflix series starring Aziz Ansari. There's 2 series on there now. We watched the first episode, so David does if you would like to explain the series you do on your channel.
So I do a series called What to Watch on Netflix, where I am choosing 3 TV series a month that are Netflix originals, and we're just watching the first episode once a week, and then I will choose one of those series. And we will continue to watch the whole of that series. Yeah. So we so in the one of the first episodes that we chose to watch was Designated Survivor, and we watched the first episode of that, and we're like, oh, that's brilliant, we're going to love that, we'll definitely watch that. Watch Master of None, and we adored it from the first episode. It is so cool, and I will link David's full series review, but we've actually watched the second series now as well, so we can talk about that too. It is so cool. Aziz Ansari has just made this visually beautiful thing to watch, which is also funny and heartwarming and raises awareness of social issues, and it's just literally ticks all the fucking boxes in all the fucking for me. Did you cry?
There was moments that I cried. There's moments. So, for instance, one episode he goes to Italy to make pasta. He goes to Italy to start a pasta course, and one of the episodes is entirely shot in black and white. With subtitles. By the way, Emma and Ben watched that without subtitles. They didn't know what was going on, and they watched it on Netflix. So I don't know how that happened. And it's just amazing. It's just so cool, it looks really cool, and it's got really funny bits in. One of our favourite characters is so Aziz Ansari plays a character, Dev, and his best friend in it is called Arnold.
Eric Ware,
and we love him. Arnold and Dev's relationship is just so cute. They call each other Big Bud and Little Bud, and it's just really amazing. And I love this programme, and I really think there's something for everyone in there. When we first started watching it, Laura said to us, "Oh, you must get through the first few episodes," but it wasn't like that at all. Was it? We loved it from the instant, and we've actually rewatched a few of the episodes already. We love them so much.
Might even watch some more today.
He might even watch some more today, but I really, really love this. I probably loved the second series more.
Yeah, I think so.
I really loved both, but what edged it in the second series is that there was quite a lot about food in there. I really liked that,
really good
and
episodes.
Also by that point, I felt like I knew a lot of the characters as well, so it was. I found bits funnier, and I found other bits sadder, and things like it just I knew like some backstories and stuff. So it's just amazing. I really, really loved it. I'd love to hear if anyone also enjoys it too. But that was both of our TV.
Yeah, exactly,
we couldn't. There's nothing else I could say that I loved as much as that. So we just both had to say it, guys. We did. And finally, we are on to our favourite YouTube channels or videos of the month. So mine's pretty big and needs no they're both pretty big. Neither of them are like smaller channels that people won't have heard of. They're both like big kahunas. So David's is Honest Trailers. Please explain what Honest Trailers is.
I would love to explain what Honest Trailers is. So this is with a channel called Screenjunkies, and basically they take your average movie trailer and they just put their little spin on it, and they make it hilarious.
Yeah, they do make it hilarious.
So that they just take a normal trailer. Let's just say, so one of our favourite ones is
The Fault in Our Stars.
Is The Fault in Our Stars. And so basically, so you get a new guy that does a commentary over it, and he just
And one of the cinematic voices like this.
That's very good. You should do it. You could take over from him.
Thanks.
And basically, they just put their own spin on it. They do it with all kinds, critically acclaimed movies, and they just make fun of it. Really,
Yeah, they just poke fun at these films.
Yeah, and they fully understand when a movie is good, and they just take the mick really, but in a really kind, fun, just silly
Pokey way, just a little
and The
poking it
Fault in
out
Our
way.
Stars is one of the best ones. Purely, so we'll link this one down below, which you must watch, just for the reference to Will Smith's Getting Jiggy with It?
Getting jiggy with it, yeah.
About smoking a cigarette. And
I just bat it. I don't like it.
because he makes reference.
No,
It's very good.
Very good. And I have been watching a hell of a lot. I'm not fully up to date with New Girl, which is a
No, we're not.
is it Fox that make it? Yeah, Fox that makes this. It's a sitcom with Zooey Deschanel and Jake Johnson in, and it's really great, and I love it, and I loved watching it from the beginning. But I'm not fully up to date with season 5 of it. However, I could tell you everything that's happened because I've just been watching clips of it from the YouTube channel, and I really do. I mean, I love you dearly, but I do fancy Nick Miller.
He's a cool guy.
Do you fancy him?
I wouldn't say I fancy him. No,
But you wouldn't marry him.
I know. I'd marry Arnold from Master of None.
Yeah, David would marry Arnold from Master of None. So that's just another. That was the only YouTube channel that I was thinking. I've watched a hell of a lot of New Girl clips this month. So those are the things that we have been watching on the screens, on the big screens, on the little screens, on the tiny little baby screens. And we would love to hear what you guys have been watching. Have you watched any of these things that we've mentioned? Have you enjoyed anything else this month? And we will see you all again soon for the next episode of Screen Time with Lauren and David.